some love for the one, the only Jon Bernthal! Wait, is that a baby?
Yeah,
is that a baby?
Yeah,
oh, hi. Oh, it's a young human. You got a young human fan.
Beautiful, yeah. I held her yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. What's up, Houston? How y'all doing?
You have your mic, by the way, too. Come on in, people. Yeah, we're going to use a mic.
Echo, though, huh?
I know, a little bit, just a little bit, but that's okay. It's all
What's up?
good. You have some water, too, if you need it. So
Oh, that's cool.
let me move this out of the way. Happy Sunday to you. How you doing?
Happy Sunday. How about those Astros, man?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Before you say that, aren't you originally from D.C.?
I'm a D.C. Look, I'm a
Which
Nationals
means that
fan.
you're a Nationals.
And
We're
I'm so
playing him in
scared
the
of
World
Astros.
Series.
I wanted the Yankees so bad. I'm so afraid of the Astros.
You should be.
But we got to fight for old D.C. I'm D.C. born and bred. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to be talking. Now, I
let's
got to
talk.
give you your props, though. The Nationals, I mean, they're basically, even though we love our Stros, you got to give them their props. No one expected them to be there.
Got to.
They are kind of like a Cinderella story.
That's right.
And this is their first time ever at the World Series,
That's right.
isn't it? How does it make you feel, man?
Look, I come from D.C. back in the day when the Redskins were the real Redskins, 83, 84, 87, 92, when we were, now it's just a hot mess there,
We don't mind the hot mess.
I still stick with them. I stick with the Bullets, who are now the Wizards. When I was growing up, there weren't the Nationals. Man, that echo's terrible.
I know, it's awful. It's
Y'all
awful.
can't just hear me? Can't you guys hear me?
No, we gotta use the mic.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Ooh,
use the
shit.
mic.
All right, I am messing with
For
you.
people recording and stuff, too, because
that's
they're
what's up.
reflecting to the moat. But
What's up, dude? But yeah. So I'm happy for DC. DC's a good town. I'll be pulling for them, but the Astros are no, and that's as good as a baseball game can get.
Yeah.
How it was last night.
Well, see, I love it. You're a true baseball fan because
Rock and
you show a true appreciation. It doesn't matter what the team is. When you see some good playing, it's good.
Good ball's good ball. Yeah. For
Yeah.
Sure.
What did you think about? Altuve just hitting out of the park.
Yeah, so awesome.
We thought it was too.
I hate the Yankees. I mean, you gotta hate the Yankees. Yeah.
I'm not saying he said that. I'm not. I got too many friends who are gonna hurt me if I say something like that. All right. Yeah, you got to be true. Be true. Okay, no problem. You can do whatever you want. This is your panel. Even though I'm gonna, point some things out here. But first and foremost, thanks again for being here. We really appreciate it. Have you had a good time in H-Town?
Yeah. I love Houston. Yeah.
Can we hear you? Can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
No.
You can't hear me?
What? Talk again.
Microphone check 1, 2.
Did you turn it? Hold on. We got so excited. I hope you didn't turn it off by accident. Okay, we're going to need another microphone. Come on up. In the meantime, I'll go like this and back and forth.
All right.
Okay, so what have you been doing in H-Town?
Oh, well, I mean, really just being here and meeting great people, that's been most of what I'm doing. But I'm driving to Shreveport today. Shreveport, huh? All right, girl. Yeah, I love Shreveport. Shreveport's my heart. I've been going to Shreveport on and off for the last 7 years. What's up, dude?
He's got his own mic now.
Thank you very much, sir.
Batteries fail. That's how
Hello?
it is. Yeah, there we go. Heading to Shreveport.
Yeah, so I'm heading to Shreveport today. Been working on a project, true story about something that happened down there. So it'd be good to see all my people in Shreveport too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And can you give us a hint on it so we can support it? Yeah.
It's coming. You'll see. Yeah, it's coming.
All right, just let us
it's called
know
The
so-
Bottoms. Yeah, you'll like it.
Just let us know so we can throw the support out there.
Rock and roll. I
give you what you
appreciate
need.
you. Thank you.
For sure.
Thank
All
you.
right. So you play some iconic roles, and we know that. I mean, one thing though that sticks in my mind when I look at you, I still see Al Capone.
Oh wow, dude.
I do. I'm sorry, just a little bit. I love Night Museum, Smithsonian. I love that.
All right.
I remember that. I mean, did you have fun on that?
Yeah. Look, I'm feel so blessed to do what I do. I did not come from a place where many people do this, and I'm enormously grateful. It got into a lot of trouble when I was a kid, and I didn't have sort of the most direct road or the clearest road, and this thing kind of man, I hate that echo. I feel like that's scary as heck.
It's all good. But it doesn't bother you. You just want to hear him, right?
Today. But anyway, yeah. So I always have a good time. I'm enormously grateful that I get to do this. When I was a kid, I remember being in the doctor's office, and there was a book about Babe Ruth, and it was a little cartoon book, and he would lean up against the wall of the stadium, and he'd be like all fat and stuff and popping hot dogs into his mouth, and this little kid said, "Hey Babe, how you doing, man?" And he's like, "I get paid to play baseball and eat hot dogs. What could be better? And I kind of feel like that somehow. I work really hard. I take it enormously seriously, but I'm grateful for just that I get to do this. Very grateful every day.
You get paid to play.
Yeah, and
in your own way, in different characters. And roles.
And I care enormously about the people that care about these parts. I mean, I think with from everything from Shane to Frank Castle, these characters belong in the hearts and the minds of the comic book fans that have loved these characters and sort of created these characters in their own imaginations. And it's just my job to fully respect that, to fully respect all the members of law enforcement and military that these characters have meant so much to, and study the hell out of it, train the hell out of it, and then to put my own spin on it. And that's something it's a responsibility that I take enormously seriously, but I never forget just how lucky I am to be doing it.
Thanks for sharing that.
Rock and roll, yeah,
for sure. Yeah. So how did you end up getting the part of Shane in the first place?
Shane?
Yeah.
Audition. Everybody, I read that script, and it was Frank Darabont. He had done Shawshank Redemption. I read that script, and it was the best script I'd ever read, best pilot script I ever read. And I had auditioned for a part on, I believe, NCIS LA. And I had gotten it, and I was going to go do that show. I would still be doing that show, but I had read that script, and I said I can't take this part until I at least audition for The Walking Dead. And everybody thought I was out of my damn mind, but I was like, I just got to try. And I originally auditioned for Rick. Everybody auditioned for Rick first. And then they brought us all back. They had about 10 folks that they were real interested in. And normally these auditions are the most artificial, worst-ass things you ever seen. Like, you go into a room with a bunch of people in suits, and you do the scene in front of them, and they're all awkward and don't know what they're looking at, and they're thinking about numbers and all this bullshit. And it's a real kind of artificial kind of situation. But Frank Darabont did something very different. For the audition for Walking Dead, he had all the people that he was interested in, all the Ricks and Shanes, and he brought them all into a soundstage, and there was a real police car. And I don't know if y'all remember season 1 of The Walking Dead, but there's first time you meet Shane, it's like Rick and Shane in that car, and Shane's talking to him about how women always leave the damn lights on. And it's a real beautiful scene about these two best friends who are really sitting there, and he's asking his best friend for kind of help with his wife. Little does he know he's going to be sleeping with his wife a little bit late. It's like shit goes like super freaking south, real quick. But it's this kind of beautiful scene. And so the way that the audition for that went is they had a sound stage, they had a real police car, they rigged it for sound and lights, just like you were on set. And they had all the 10 people that were auditioning against each other. Frank said, you guys are all going to spend the day together. And, normally you just walk in, walk out, you give each other kind of shitty, icy stares on the way out. This is my part. But we were going to spend the day, and everybody got to read with each other. And it was a real testament to that. Frank wanted the best work possible on that show, get all the ego bullshit out of the way. He wanted it to be great. We all ate lunch together, and it was funny, like by the end of the day, a lot of the actors were kind of coming undone. They'd be like, all right, well, you read your Rick with that Shane. Who was better? Was I better? Was it, And I remember praying the night before I went in. I just said, I just want to be me tomorrow. Just don't let the situation get the better of you. Because I wanted it real bad. And I said, just be graceful and gracious to everybody. And it was really a beautiful process. And that's a long ass answer to a short ass question.
But it was perfect. We like it.
So they ended up casting Shane. That they cast me as Shane. That's really the part that I wanted. And they couldn't find a Rick. But then we kept bringing Ricks in, and instead of they couldn't afford the sound stage anymore, so we would shoot in Frank's garage, in his car. And one of my old pit bulls would be in the back. And when Andy Lincoln came in. We knew immediately this was the guy. The only problem was my dog was snoring through his audition. He was like in the back of the car, and we were doing the scene, and they were like, "What is that freaking noise?" And we just put his ass to sleep. We bored the shit out of him, and so yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Well, it's better he was sleeping than barking during the whole thing.
Rock and roll. I hear you. I hear
exactly.
you. And as soon as Andy came, it was like, yeah, that's the guy. That makes total sense. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I talked to Pollyanna and Cooper yesterday about just being on that set, and you guys basically did a scene. You finished an entire episode so quickly. all of the time, because it's like you're just punching them out within like 8 days doing an entire episode, or maybe even shorter than that. What was that kind of experience being on that set?
Walking Dead. I mean, like, Walking Dead for me is probably real different than the folks that are on it now. You know, when we did Walking Dead, you know, there were no trailers, there were no craft service, there was no, you know, we would just hike out into the woods. It was very humble. Nobody thought the show was going to be what the show was. We got picked up for 6 episodes. That is not like a big vote of confidence. You know, it was like a zombie show, and if that thing sucks, like, that's gonna really suck, you know? So, and at that point, AMC was the network of like Mad Men and Breaking Bad, and they didn't want anybody messing with their prestige television, and we were kind of, I think at first sort of treated like, you know, the wart on their ass, you know what I mean? Excuse my language, but you know what I mean? I apologize, but it's Texas, y'all, you know what I mean? So she's like, I'm taking my baby out of here. I figured, I didn't see any other kids. I usually hate cursing in front of kids, but I figured she's too young to know anyway, right? Okay. All right, cool. I'll stop. I'll try to pull it together. I have kids too, and I really don't like it when people curse in front of kids, man. But my wife says I got to be better about that.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So you were in the Pinto version of The Walking Dead, while they're now in the Cadillac version of The Walking Dead.
You know, but look, I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. You know, it was, you know, when you think about it, a zombie show, you put 7 people out there in the woods, and you say there's zombies out there. If one person isn't going absolutely as hard as they can, if you got 7 people that are absolutely playing it real 100% of the time, that there's zombies everywhere, but then one person is sitting there kind of worrying about their makeup or worrying about how they look or about vanity or some other bullshit, you ruin it for everybody. And everybody who was so committed to that show, the people who were there in the beginning of that show, they're ready to throw down whatever it took for that show. We'd be in those woods all day long. Didn't matter, get bit by a snake, get bit by a spider, you just be there, you be there, and you go 100% all the time. And we all fed off each other that way. And look, those folks are still some of my best friends in the world, you know, and the bonds that were formed in the beginning of that show, a family was formed. And, you know, I really loved how humble that show started. You know, we were all in it together. We didn't know it would be success. We didn't even think about it. We believe in the script, we believe in each other, and we believe in this world. And you know, that's really what the show is about. It's about when you strip off the veneer of all the comfort and all the shit that makes us forget about how lucky we are to be here, and you got to depend on each other to survive. And that group really took to that with everything they had. And yeah, I love my time on The Walking Dead. I loved being there when I was, and I loved getting out of there when I did.
Yeah,
you know
that's called blood, sweat, and tears for
yeah,
your family.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. All right, it's time to talk about The Punisher here.
Okay. Oh, well, that's me on the mic.
Yeah.
So have y'all not been hearing me?
Yeah.
You okay? Because I hear myself. Okay, yeah, I got to stop.
Okay, how did you get that role? Did somebody call you? Did you? I mean, I know you auditioned for it, but
for Punisher?
Yeah, The Punisher. How'd that come about?
You know, they had called and said that they were interested to come on to Daredevil to do Frank Castle. I wasn't really interested in doing any kind of superhero stuff. You know, and I was really kind of at a place work-wise where I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. I was doing kind of like small, really cool roles in great movies, and then I kind of had my choice of a couple. You know, I do a movie and I had my choice of a couple afterwards. That's kind of always what I wanted, and I didn't really have any desire to do anything differently. But when that came about, I hadn't seen Daredevil, but I watched it and I saw Charlie Cox's first monologue in the first episode of Daredevil, and I said, "Damn, this dude is serious, and they're really letting him." They're sticking with him. It's a bold thing to let somebody have a 2-3 minute monologue in the beginning. You know, he's basically like, y'all want to be bored, y'all can leave, but we believe in this, and I really dug that. And then I saw what Vincent D'Onofrio was doing, and I saw how great that character was and how nasty they let him be, and I was like, shit, I want to mess around with these dudes. And then you know, the more I learned about Frank Castle, and this still to this day, the more I've learned about how much he means to people and what he means, and you know, being a husband and a father, and knowing really what it means to love others way more than I love myself, and happily give my life for someone else. I really started to meditate on what it would be like to lose them, and what that would mean. And you know, his superpower is United States Marine Corps. And for me, that just did something to me that just scared the shit out of me. And I've always said that, like, with art, you know, if something scares you, that's what you gotta run towards. You know, the second you run to what's easy, you ain't gonna do nothing good. Like, you gotta run to what scares you. And that role scared the heck out of me. So I was like, yeah, that's what I gotta do.
Why did it scare you so much?
The level of darkness that he's got to operate in. He's not looking to feel better. You know, Frank's not looking to make everything okay. He's not looking to bring bad guys to justice. You know, he lives in a world of darkness that there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and the only thing he can do to sort of squash it is to to see people take their last breaths, see bad folks, to watch them die, and that's a dark place, you know, and it's different than anything else in sort of comic books or anything like that, and I think there's a reason why folks have gone and fought for this country with the Punisher skull on their body armor. Folks have died for our country, and there's something about that symbol that has emboldened folks, and that means the world to me. And yeah, it would require for me, if I was a better actor, I would be able to just, you know, freaking eat Chinese food and go to nightclubs and show up to set and just be like, here I am, I'm playing Frank Castle. But that's not how I roll. I have to kind of live as closely to it as I can and make it as honest as I can. And so I knew that would be a scary thing to do for a few years, to try to be in that mindset. I mean, I'm talking too damn much.
No,
anyway, the point being, that's why it scared me.
That's why you're here.
Look at John, man. I can hear my brothers being like, "Shut up, dude. Who gives a shit?" Sorry.
We don't want you to shut up.
Seriously.
All right. And I mean, even though you say you're a better actor, for us, you're an amazing actor.
I appreciate it.
Because of the role that you're playing. And also, I want to know, because you talk about being in this dark place, but you also gravitate a lot to a lot of people in the Marine Corps, because that is who your character was a part of. Do Marines come up to you? Do former military, current military, what do they say to you?
All kinds of things. I mean, and that's been the best part of not just playing Frank, but just my job, period. I've gotten to do, you know, I was in the Pacific. I got to do a movie called Fury. I got to do, you know, obviously Frank and a number of others. And I think, aside from just, you know, the folks that I meet and the people that have served, that have come up to me and talked to me about their own experiences, I have just like such admiration and respect and love for people who don't just talk the talk but walk the walk, and the armed services is just you know, like, I think it's the best among us, and the folks that I've gotten to train with over the years, and not just train with weapons or protocol or how to handle yourself or carry yourself, but, you know, mindset, and the folks in the Special Forces community that have taken me in and opened up to me about their experiences. That's something I cherish. I treasure it, and they've become some of my best friends in the world, and I just feel like enormously grateful for that. And I think anytime a vet opens up to you and talks to you about their experiences, it's just something you should consider yourself real blessed if you get that opportunity.
That's,
you know?
pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
speaking of which, do we have any current or active military in the audience right now? Can you stand up, please? Give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you for your service, and we appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much. While we do that, I'm going to ask him another question, but I want people who want to ask him questions, can you start lining up at the 2 microphones? Because I know some people want to ask questions. There's one on your left and one on your right, so let's go ahead and line up real quick. What do you look forward to when you wake up in the morning?
Oh, kissing my wife, hugging my kids. We got a crap load of animals right now, man. We got my
How
wife.
many? I love animals.
Well,
Talk to
my
me.
wife went and rescued these 4 damn kittens. I'm not a cat person.
Come on now.
Cats, man. So she already rescued 2. So we had 2. And then, see, yeah, it's fucked up. I can tell you a story I ain't gonna tell you, but
No,
like,
go on,
no, I can't do
us.
that. No, because it'd be fucked up. But we got 2 cats, and then we got 4 kittens. and then we just rescued another pit bull. We got one, and then I got my pit bull Bam Bam. We lost 2 dogs this year, which was rough.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's part of the deal, but it is rough. But and then my kids got all these crazy ass animals, like lizards and fucking little vermin and shit, and I hate all them little ones. But like, yeah, so we got a lot of animals, and so like I love the dogs, and I love the kid, that's what I look forward to. Just I'm on the road a lot, so my time at home that's my heaven, and just being with my family. That's 100% what I look forward to.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Please tell your wife thank you.
And a kind bar.
Yeah.
And a kind bar. Y'all eat kind bars?
Yes.
I'm addicted to these damn kind bars. That is what I look forward to also in the morning. Because I wake up before everybody. I get my coffee and a kind bar. Even when I go on the road, like this trip, I'm coming here, then Shreveport, then I gotta go back. I take a kind bar for every day. And it's like some people are like, I need a toothpaste, I need the toothbrush. I'm like that too. I brush my teeth real good, but like the kind bars, that's like a non-negotiable. I need to have those things.
If you know the CEO for Kind Bars, contact them and let him do ads for Kind Bars, because he just did a great one.
I don't know, because I think there's something addictive. Like I think they're pulling one over
really
on me
are good.
because I can't stop with them. You know what I mean? Anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And please tell your wife thank you for all the cats.
Okay.
I'm a cat person.
Okay, rock and roll. I will.
All right,
I will.
thank you. Yeah.
Cats, like, I don't know about cats, man.
What?
It's like they go to the bathroom in the house. You know what I mean? They should get. If they
You go to the bathroom in the house?
Huh?
You go to the bathroom in the
Yeah, but it flushes. You know what I mean? It go like I don't know.
You don't like cleaning up after it.
They're cute. Like these little kittens are cute as all. I'll show you some pics. I mean, they're cute as all hell. I'll give it to you. And the dogs in them get along good. There's a lot of love, but it's enough, man. 6? Anyway.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some questions from our audience real quick. Let's start over here, ma'am. Go ahead. Get it a little
morning.
closer to the mic. I hope it's on. Can't hear you, Natalie. Well, I can, but I can't. Just talk loud. I'll hear you.
What was it?
Favorite memory.
Yeah, but
on
would you
set?
say Punisher or what else?
The Walking Dead.
Oh, not at the museum. I was like, what was the other one? I was like, did you just name? Was I in that?
Al Capone, remember?
Okay, fair enough. Favorite memory? Look, it's gonna sound cheesy as all hell, but the best thing about it for me is the folks that I get to meet along the way, the cast, the crew, the people I get to work with. I make some really, really good friends that I care about a lot. So just being with everybody, I love the idea. I think there's something really American about it, something really that I dig about a group of people from all walks of life, all different kinds of beliefs, all different kinds of backgrounds, getting together to make something. Like we make something every day. It's like we got a day. Sometimes it's 14 hours, sometimes it's 20 hours, but like we got this day, and we got to make this. Like we got to make our day, and it takes a lot. You 200 people on that crew, lighting it and sound and getting there, and the Teamsters that get us back and forth and into the woods and dealing with what's going on. And I just love being there with the group, getting it done. When after I got killed off Walking Dead. They killed my ass off Walking Dead. They killed me twice. They're like, you are definitely not coming back. They took my scripts. They were like, you're done. And I had to drive. I was going to do a movie in Shreveport, and I drove there, and I came back to go pick some stuff up. And I was going to come by set to see everybody, say goodbye. And I walked in and said it was like a 2-mile hike. I used to hike in every day. Everybody would take these little, cars, and I used to hike in. And me and Sarah Wayne Callies would always hike in. We'd always go early and walk together. And we walked in, and she said, come on to set, everybody's waiting for you to see you. And I saw like the whole set. Everybody was up at Herschel's farm when they were gonna burn it down, and all this crazy stuff was going on. And I remember just like, I couldn't walk up there because it was their thing now. And I just sat on this rock and just watched everybody, just the whole thing working, and I just, and I might've shed a couple tears, because I was gonna miss them. But it was just like, I just appreciated, I see these dudes who are playing zombies, going 100 miles an hour with all this shit on their face, getting shot, all this hell's breaking loose, and and everyone's going forward. And there's, Scott Wilson, rest in peace, just acting his ass off, and I was just like, man, how cool is this? And so I didn't answer your question. I apologize, sweetheart. But the truth is, like, I don't have a favorite time. I really, there's just too many to talk about.
Okay. And your mic.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Over here.
Hi, John.
Sorry. This is my phone. All right. I'll be using mine. We're going to use mine.
Okay, that's cool.
So firstly, thank you so much for coming to Houston in the first place, because like you and Frank mean so much to me, and I love like both the character and you like so much. So it's like really amazing that you came here and like.
Thank
we
you,
all get to
sweetheart.
see
Thanks
you.
for having me.
So my question is, and since we don't discriminate here, if you could play any character in the DC universe, who would it be and why?
Shit, I don't know. Who would you want me to play?
Oh my God, they're
Right?
like
Shit, ain't that easy, huh? See how I did that?
Yeah. I don't know. There could be like a lot. There's so many different like types of characters in DC. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. You know, and I think a lot of it doesn't. You know, people ask me all the time about how you pick stuff and what do you want to play. Again, I can just feel a cheesy ass answer coming on, but I'm just gonna go with it. But I do believe in this. You know, I think the best thing about what I do is look, it's tough. You know, there's nobody who comes up here and does this for a living that didn't struggle for a long time and didn't have a lot of doors slammed in their face. And I had every kind of door you can imagine slammed in my face. I got a giant ass nose. I got big old floppy ears. People were like, this is not going to work for you. And I remember going into auditions and casting directors never even looking up from their phone. And they wanted nothing to do with me. And, that's hard, you know. There's times where you know, like you go long periods of time, the phone doesn't ring, and I know what that's like, and it's a reality of this kind of work. But the cool thing is you know, that great thing, that great job, that great love, that's out there. So like, I don't know what's out there, and that's part of the thing that I love about it. Like, I don't know what the next great thing is, so I don't have like my eyes on, I want to play the Hulk, you know, or some shit like that. I just, if something comes to me and it's written well and it's with people I really want to roll with, I'm gonna roll. And if it's not, I'm not gonna do it, you know. And I think that's just part of the thing. I feel like I weasel out of every answer.
It's good,
but I'm being
though.
honest.
We don't
I swear
care.
to you, I'm being honest. You know, that's the only way I know how to do it. So I don't have my eyes on any of them. But if something cool came around, you know, then let's talk about it. You know?
Do you like at least have a favorite from it?
Do I have a favorite?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Joker yet. I'm really looking forward to Joker.
It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to that. You know what I mean?
Thank you, and love you, Frank.
Love you too. And I love Frank too. I really don't have any desire to move off of him, you know? Yeah.
All right. Ma'am, over here.
Hi, John. I'm Natalie.
What's up, Natalie? I met you yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right on.
Is there any truth to the rumors that you are going to move into the MCU?
I mean, you know I can't talk about that.
She tried. She tried hard.
And like, by the way, honestly, y'all will know before me. You know what I mean? They don't tell me shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. What'd you say?
You deserve to be in the
I thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Look, you know, for me again, it's all about Frank. He needs to be portrayed in a very certain way, in my opinion. And again, he means so much to so many people in the comic book community, in the law enforcement community, in the military community. You don't just, in my opinion, you don't just do a Punisher. You don't just do a Frank Castle thing. You know, you got to do it. You got to do it right, and you got to respect, you know, what he stands for and what he's all about. And to me, that's if that works out, then I'll jump in with everything I have. And if not, I'm not gonna, you know, yeah, rock and roll.
All right.
Thank
you
you
for your question, ma'am. All right, over here, please.
Okay, I just want to say hi, and I'm a really big fan since The Walking Dead season 1, and
Thank you.
also The Punisher is amazing.
Thank you.
But my question is, if you were given the opportunity to play a character in the MCU, would you want it to be a hero or a villain?
Good question.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really do that hero and villain stuff. I don't know. Shit, man. Now I want to answer your question. I want to play Frank Castle. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you. All right, your turn. And love the shirt.
Thanks. Good morning.
Good morning.
My question is, have you ever been hurt on set? Any filming, anything.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, we had a rule kind of on Punisher. It's tough. I think the cool thing about the thing about those Marvel shows, those Netflix Marvel shows is, I think what sort of they're what made them stand apart a little bit is that we were trying to do movie level fights in a TV show, and so the brass tacks of that is that, like, you're doing that. You're trying to fit a movie level fight into the schedule of a TV show. So, in a movie, you might have like 2 months to shoot an action scene. You rehearse it forever. We've got to rehearse it, learn it, shoot it, usually in an afternoon, and it's much less time. So, we just kind of are saying on our shows, you do it real and you do it once. So it's like if you're throwing someone through a wall, just throw them through the damn wall. Do it hard, do it once. And like honestly, I have deep respect for the stunt community. They're my brothers. They're the people I'm closest with on set. I think it's absolutely a crime that there's not an Academy Award for stunt performers. I think that the stunt community is they're the ones that are really putting it on the line. The creativity that comes out of the stunt community is mind-boggling, and I think nowadays it's one of the key reasons why people go and seek out entertainment, because of how good the stunts are, and there are people like actually doing that. And I train with those guys every day. I try to go in full out, and it's kind of a mantra of a stunt guy: do it hard, do it once. Like, don't pull a punch, because then you're gonna have to do it 15 times. Just hit me and do it once. So we try to like kind of live by that. And on Punisher, I definitely got knocked unconscious a few times. I broke my hand, I tore some ligaments, dislocated my thumb. Yeah, there's a lot of injuries, but all worth it. And you just keep that whole thing with if you saw Punisher season 2, that whole thing with my broken hand, like my hand that got shot, that's because in that first bar fight, it was a 3-day fight, and on the first day I broke my hand, on the second day I tore a bunch of ligaments, and on the third day I dislocated. So they had to do an emergency surgery. So they wrote that thing in because I had to go back to work the next day. So they just they wrapped up my hand. I kept shooting, and that's why that was in there. So you get hurt. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
All right, on this side.
Hey John, I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thanks, bro.
I'm a huge fan of your work. And my question is, like, in The Punisher, whenever Frank killed someone, he would always scream and yell. So how much did that take a toll on your voice?
Oh, I don't know, man. You just let it roll, dude. You know what I mean? You just let it roll. I think that it speaks to what's going on inside of him. You know what I mean? So you just let it out. Yeah, I'm not the best. Like, I don't really do like vocal warm-ups or, tongue twisters or any of that shit before. Yeah, you just go be Frank. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
Right, thank you, brother.
All right.
Thanks for worrying about my voice, though, man. But probably I should worry about that shit.
Go ahead, next.
I just want to know I want to know what you can tell us about the new movie you're coming out with, Saints of Newark.
Okay.
With Ray, who's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
And Johnny Diaz, who's one of my favorite.
Joey Diaz?
You
like Joey Diaz?
He kind of reminds me of you. He just says whatever he's
a crazy
he'll
motherfucker,
cuss
man.
and say whatever.
I love him, dude. Do you listen to his podcast?
All the time.
The Church, huh? Yeah, that's cool.
And Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan too.
Joe
Yeah,
Rogan.
they always go on each other's. Yeah, they're both great. And one of the things about Joey is like, it was the guys in the stunt community that turned me on to Joey's podcast. I've known Joey a real long time. One of my best friends, ex-pro fighter, is a comedian, knows him from the comedy circuit. He's a great comedian. So look, man, I can't tell you anything about that movie, man. Look, it's The Sopranos. It's a prequel. It's gonna be shit. I don't even know if I can tell you when it's being. I can't tell you anything, but like, I think you're gonna like it. And if you're a Sopranos fan, I think you'll dig it. Joey's gonna be great. Michael Gandolfini plays the role that his father played as a young man. I play his father. I'm already telling you stuff that I shouldn't be telling you. All right, so
We don't mind.
Yeah. I hope y'all dig it.
I won't tell anybody.
Rock and roll, thanks, dude.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Over here.
Okay, so first of all, you're an amazing actor. Love you.
Thank you,
but
sweetheart.
I have a question about some of the training that you had to go through for the Punisher.
Okay.
I love how committed you were to that character. What was some of the training you had to go through?
Oh man, look, all kinds of things. I mean, there's the weapons component of it, and then there's the fighting component of it. I used to be a fighter, so like, the physical training is kind of every day, but that's not I think it's more the mental. It's just staying in a certain kind of mindset day in and day out, and really trying to. I look at it as a proximity thing. If the way that my thing works is that you got all these wonderful people working together on something all day long, and really what you're working for is a matter of seconds that take place between action and cut. And everything kind of depends on what happens in that time. And everybody's working so damn hard to get everything sort of perfect. Everybody's doing their jobs that they might have been working on for months, just about these few seconds between action and cut. And those seconds between action and cut, if there's a person up there, it's you. It's like you're the one. And so if your head's somewhere else, for me, there's some people that can do it. Again, that can just be kind of messing around and screwing around. And, hey, how you doing? And then big, oh, here we go. To me, I feel like I can't be my best doing that, and I feel like it's disrespectful to all the hard work that everyone's doing if you're not close. And look, there's some scenes that you do that are lighter and you don't need to be that close, but it's proximity, so you got to stay kind of close to it. So if you have something coming up that's going to require you to be in a pretty dark place, that means a few days before you got to start getting there, and you got to stay there, and then you got to spend more time there, and up until you got to be in there 100%. So I think like that kind of training, like it's more just not doing things, not going to restaurants, not engaging with people, not having any kind of social. Not enjoying too much. You know what I mean? I think you got to ward those things that can be kind of the enemy. I think when you play a part like that. So, but that's just me, and that's not. I'm not saying that that's the way you have to do it. It's not. Everyone's different. And yeah, again, long ass answer, short ass question.
Thank you.
Right on.
Thank you. We only have about 3 minutes, so we're going to try to get through these last 3 questions quickly. Go ahead, ma'am.
All right, we go fast.
Hello, John.
Hi.
So my question is, are there any gamers in here?
Animals?
Gamers.
Oh, gamers.
Anybody gamers? Okay, so like Ghost Recon. Anybody? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ghost Recon. Okay, so my question is it more? Do you have to be more disciplined on voice acting or just regular acting?
So Ghost Recon wasn't voice acting.
Oh, really?
It was all motion capture. We really did it for real. Yeah, we didn't that wasn't like in a soundstage. And honestly, I didn't really know much of what to expect to that. But again, I dug that process. That all the scripts were written by combat vets, and we did it all with special forces guys on set. So they were checking us at every. They had a real commitment to authenticity, which I really respected. Yeah. And it was fun.
That's good.
Thank you. Next question.
I appreciate you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My question is for a friend who's downstairs in line for a photo op.
Well, how the heck are they going to hear the answer?
That's okay. I'm going to tell her. She wants to know, is there the accountant too, and are you involved?
And am I involved? Shit. Look, I love Gavin. Everyone's. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. I think that they're trying to work something out. There's a lot of schedules to kind of manage there with Gavin, the director, and Bill, the writer, and Ben and me, and But yeah, I would love to if we can make it work.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. God bless you.
And our final question, ma'am.
Good morning. I'm a major fan.
Right on.
So earlier you said you don't like cats, and I came as Catwoman.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like cats. I do. I got one cat named Sassy that I like. I got one cat named Pom Pom I do not like. And then I got the 4 kittens, which I mostly like. I just think they smell bad.
Well, my question is, if you're doing photos, may I still get a photo?
Yeah, girl, you're good. I love you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't mean to diss on cats.
Dude, you got busted.
It's
that,
all right. I'm just more of a dog. I love my dogs.
That's all right.
You asked me what I liked in the morning.
You love your dogs.
Smelling the cats, just kissing the dogs. Yeah. And my kids. Yeah.
It's all good.
I
You love
appreciate
animals.
you.
That's the first and foremost, the best part of it.
Fair enough.
Did you have fun, people?
Thank you, guys.
Jon Bernthal right here. Make sure he'll be downstairs signing, taking pictures, all of that. Thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate
Thank you so much for just making the fans feel so welcome every time you're around. And keep up the great work, and we'll be supporting you all the way.
I'll do my best.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hey, this is Alex Malari Jr., and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Your Emperor commands it. Thanks for watching.